Hi, it's Mike Rogers Show here with you, Mike Rogers. And today I have a band from Chicago. Their name is the Knee Highs. They are a girl band, consists of Devin on bass, Alice and Ash on guitar, and Chris on the drums. Ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome with me the Knee Highs?
Yay! So excited to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. This is great. So can you guys introduce yourselves to us one at a time?
I'm Ash. No, I swear I hope you guys well, explain that. Inside joke. We have to explain that at some point. I'm Alice Ryder. I'm Ash. I'm Devin Crimson. And I'm Chris Luck.
And you are the Knee Highs.
We are. Correct.
Yes.
Also known as the High Knees. Yeah. Guilty as charged. Or Rat Corp.
So I read an interview and it said you guys are the newest cats on the Chicago scene, bringing explosive energy of power pop and romanticism of Doo-Wop to sweep you away to an atomic dreamland. So Doo-Wop, I watched one of your videos. In fact, I was just watching Darlin', and I get the Doo-Wop thing. How did you guys get to where people are describing your music as Doo-Wop? I mean, I think you're a little bit too young for that, aren't you?
No, we're too young. Influences. Yeah. Yeah, it was a music style that that we were all, but I particularly was listening to a lot at the time that we started the band. And yeah, it was the first song that we came out with. And so it was a fun working that energy of all of our different styles into the songs that we're writing. But each song that we write really has a totally different sound to it. But that one was very doo-wop-y. Yeah. And for me personally, I was really inspired with that genre because when I started learning guitar, I wanted to learn songs I could play for my grandma. And so one of the very first songs I learned how to play on guitar was Earth Angel. And that was one of the songs that we usually cover at shows and another crowd favorite too. With our own twist on it, of course. It's a little different. A little more chaotic.
You guys perform Earth Angel at your live shows?
Yeah.
Does it go over well? It
goes over great. Yeah, we start off slow with it and dreamy, and then we reach a point where we're going full force, and it gets a lot more chaotic, which we love to turn every song into. Yeah, let the crowd think they know what's going on, and then surprise everybody. Kind of the Knee Highs way. Yeah.
That's I'm a little bit older than you guys. No. So yeah, that music was really popular like when I was born. That kind of music. And so then when in the 60s when the British invasion came and I was like 10 years old, I was really into it. I mean the 60s invasion, and then that started expanding and started listening to 50s rock, and I thought, hey, this is cool too. A lot of doo-wop. So wait a minute, so your name on your left, what is your name? Chris. Okay, and then on the left you are Alice?
Yes.
Yeah, on my left. Okay, so through elimination I can guess everyone else's name. And okay, so Chris, when you came up with the idea, like I'm gonna do this doo-wop song, did you use the term?
Alice that wrote Darlin'.
Who wrote it?
Alice wrote Darlin', and I just sprinkled in, let's make it some doo-wop energy.
Did you use the term doo-wop?
I did, yeah.
Didn't you other girls think like, what?
No, we all like that. Yeah, it's a style that we all really like. All love it. I didn't have to fight anyone. No convincing necessary.
So
I think that's one of the things that's really cool about the band is what brought us all together was a shared love of music and being able to have this type of taste that we didn't know many people around us growing up that shared that same type of interest. And it's
probably not.
Yeah, sadly. Small town Midwest. Yeah, not the case. And so that's what really bonded us together. And like through starting the band, we were then able to even explore our own preferences within that already kind of niche area of music even more. So we're always super encouraging to each other about what different styles someone might particularly be drawn to and how to really infuse each of our own individual like preferences into the band. And everything's super collaborative, and it's been a great way, I feel like, for us to even find different bands that maybe each of us hadn't listened to before, things like that. Yeah, Alice makes a mean CD. She'll burn us CDs whenever she finds music that she thinks that we'll like, and she'll customize it for each member of the band.
Yeah, very custom.
Awesome.
Really?
I wrote down, to be fair, we'd only known like 5 songs. And when I say we only knew about 5 songs, I mean like as musicians. We only knew how to play 5 songs.
Because we started,
we just picked up our instruments. And this was only like a month or 2 in, and I just picked one of the songs. I picked Earth Angel because, well, I was just jamming, and those chords are really easy, and they're very classic chords. They're just using so much stuff. So I was just playing those chords over and over and over. I remember sitting in my office in my apartment, and just like singing random things. I was recording it the whole time, just whatever came to mind. I was just singing, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I think I just sang a song. And then I kind of put it together a little bit, sent it, I remember, to Ash and Chris, and you guys are outside.
Yeah, you're really trying.
Yeah. It's like, you guys like this? And then they did, and I came up with the little piano part, and I had the guitar part with it. And so yeah, that's kind of how it started. It was the only chords I knew, really. That's why.
Right out of simplicity.
Yeah, it came from an already Doo-Wop song. Just taking those Doo-Wop song chords and creating a new song out of it, which I feel like so many artists do.
Alice, then you say you guys just picked up instruments and started playing. Does that mean you started playing the guitar or the keyboards when you were like 18 or 19 years old or something like that? Or did you play?
No.
Okay, so now I need you guys to tell me about your childhood, because having my psychology background, which I don't, but I need to know how did you guys, when you were kids, how did you get started on this road up till today? Did you play piano as a kid or some other instrument? So let's start with you, Alice. Did you play piano as a child?
No, I never played piano. I didn't even really play piano at all for Darlin' Darlin'. I never even really played for the piano. I just was playing chopsticks.
Mm-hmm.
I just sounded the right notes, and that's kind of how I came up with it. And I had a lot of songs I was listening to at the time that had like a drive sound to it. So I really liked the idea of doing a piano part that was dun 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 dun, just like a very easy driving melody to go to like a nice sounding strum. So I didn't really know, and I still don't know how to play the piano. And then whenever I play it, it's just because I figured it out for this one specific song. I figured out chords that worked for this one specific song, and that's what I know how to play.
You must have a good ear if you can just sit down and play.
He does.
I guess so. I guess for me, music started day one. My mom, I just remember like going through baby. I would not really speak sentences. I would just sing all the time. My mom said like the first thing she did was just sing. She just sings and sings and sings. And that's like something I just remember very distinctly, was like being yelled at on the bus for singing really early in the morning, being yelled at the hallways for singing, being yelled at by my siblings every other hour, telling me, shut up, like stop singing. And I just couldn't. I would just keep singing. So maybe that's probably where the ear came from, was just being the most annoying little child, singing my heart out at every opportunity. I was basically like a Disney character. So.
We're thankful for that. Very thankful.
Yeah, played clarinet a little bit, did chorus a little bit, but I didn't really pick up the guitar until I was like 22. And then seriously at 23 with the band stuff.
Really? Oh, this band started in 2020?
2019.
Yeah,
it's the very
end.
December 5th.
2019.
Yeah, December 5th, 2019.
So we had one less than a month, I would say, of being a band, and
new musicians.
And new musicians. Yeah. So I can kind of do a shortened version of my story, because I was not involved in any music really my entire life. I loved rock and roll and had these incredible artists that I loved so much. But I was kind of already stepping into my career and kind of thought like, I know all these amazing musicians, they started when they were like a child, they've had years of practice, like no way can I now I was, I think maybe 24 when we started the band. And so I always thought like, oh, I missed my chance. There's no chance I'm going to be a musician now in life. I love this music. I can appreciate it. Going to all these shows, like it was where I met my people at. And it never would have been the case if it hadn't been for this specific group of friends at that point in time of my life that all encouraged each other and said, you know, like we're spending all this time going to our guy friends shows and, you know, having a blast, but why can't we do that for ourselves and just each instruments and picked a couple songs we thought we would try to learn.
We're like, if we can just play at a dive bar, that's like, that would be so fun.
Yeah.
That was our highest goal.
Yeah. And all got to learn together.
So Ash, you say you didn't play any instrument and then you just started playing, and well, of course, Corona happened. So that made you lose like 2.5 or 3 years.
And it was so sad because we had our first show on like a Sunday. It was our first show at a proper venue where we had a set that was ours, which was terrifying because this was our first time after a couple of weeks. Since we touched our instruments for the first time, we were petrified.
Oh no, it's just
because well, first time we had a real set.
First time we had a real
the full
set.
And people booked us because they assumed we had been musicians and we knew what we were doing.
Like most bands are musicians before being in a band.
We were lying by the seat of our pants just to be ready to perform a full set for the first time at a venue, hoping no one could tell that we had no clue what we were doing.
I like to say soaring by the seat of our pants.
Yeah, literally.
Soaring by the seat of our pants. And we got the first taste of how amazing it felt to be on stage and have an audience and feel so good about it. And then that next day, Monday, the world shut down and we went into lockdown.
Oh, really?
I also thought it was so funny too because the owner, I remember he told me that night at Livewire, he's like, you guys are welcome back anytime. And I remember thinking to myself, because I was like, I was so proud of us, like we had done so well. But would I say we were like outstanding stage performing musicians? No. Were we close? No. Were we good? Maybe not to like a good ear. If you were like a good ear and you wanted to listen to like good, well-rounded music, maybe not. But yeah, we had energy, we were fun, and we brought a crowd. We had so many friends, we brought all our families. Like we packed the place compared to the other bands. Like we basically brought the crowd.
No, but it's crazy listening back to those videos because we still play a couple of those same songs that we like learned when we first started. And now I listen to videos of them and then I compare it to that and I'm like, we are playing like 3 times faster. It's so fast then.
Yeah, it's so funny. I love that because like back at the time when I was like, you didn't hear it? No. You liked us and our energy and like what I feel like he saw past the beginnerness because he didn't even know our story. So I like to think he like saw past all that and like saw the potential, like where we were going to drive. Like that's what he saw because I'm not going to sit here and say that we did a fantastic job as like, amazing musicians. Like we had been playing for like 3 months.
And still are working at it.
That's the way, but that's the way you do it. Hype is always bigger than reality. So you go in and tell everybody, oh yeah, we've been playing together since we were like 9. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to be like, nah, we just learned last week. We're figuring shit out. Adjust your expectations.
Well, if you say we just played last week, no one will believe you, and they'll just think, "Oh, what a modest, nice lady."
Yeah,
it's true.
So how about you, Devin? How did you get started? Did you play music when you were a kid?
Well, I was always interested in theater and specifically musical theater, so I did like a lot of that as a child and was in lots of different like choir singing groups for like, you know, churches and school groups and whatnot. And then fell in love with rock and roll at 15 and was, like Ash said, basically just surrounded by people who did that like 24/7. And loved going to the shows and being a part of it and always like wanted to do more. Oh yeah, I also played alto saxophone when I was like in 5th grade, so very young. But yeah, then just being around all those people, you know, kind of hoping and maybe dreaming that someday that could be you too. And then it finally happened after joking about it for like ever.
Can you imagine just you on your sax and me and like clarinet?
That would be sick.
A saxophone would match with this music very well.
Oh, totally.
I want to really back out.
Next album. Yeah.
I gotta find one at a pawn shop. Yeah.
We've been talking about it.
So how about you, Kurt? How did you get started?
Yeah, so we're actually siblings. I don't know if you knew that. Ash
Who
and
is?
I.
Who is?
Yeah, me and Ash. Yeah, we're sisters.
Oh. Your sisters. Oh,
Yeah.
you fight all the time?
Never, not enough. Never.
No, they're the exception to siblings.
Yeah.
I promise you that. It's a beautiful thing, but they definitely the exception, not the rule.
But I would say that I wasn't playing instruments, but I was always involved in like church and school choirs growing up, and always really wanted to be in a band. I played the drums for like a couple month period in 6th grade after I was like entering my gamer phase and started playing Rock Band and played like on electric drums the first time, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is what I want to do. And just at that age, I was also trying a million other hobbies, and so I got involved in a million other things, and didn't come back to drumming until they brought up starting a band, Alice and Dev, and I was like, oh, well, I'm a drummer. And I had not, I was not touched the drums since 6th grade, but I was just like, well, once a drummer, always a drummer, right?
Yeah, so true.
I didn't even have a drum set, but they're like, oh my gosh, come to practice, learn these songs. And I just learned them with like pencils and notebooks, like on a table, just like playing an imaginary drum set, and just like, I can totally be a drummer. And I came to practice and somehow was able to play songs. I'm not going to chalk it up to talent, but I'll say I'm lucky. And Chris Luck. And yeah, so I always wanted to be a drummer, and having the opportunity to do it for real felt way too good to pass up.
Wow, that's really cool. You know, you guys know who Clem Burke is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The drummer. So I've known him for like 44 years.
Oh, that's so cool.
When Blondie was like just getting up, I met him. I was assistant to Rodney Bingenheimer. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that in a minute. But he started playing drums when he was like a little kid. And when he was 14 years old, he performed at Carnegie Hall.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
I know. I was just like, what?
It's shocking.
I wish I found my instrument earlier.
I know, same.
I know. I'm like,
I really wish.
Yeah, but I think it was Joey Ramone or Dee Dee. I don't remember which. He said that, you know, you should just start playing because by the time you get good, you're old.
It's too late.
Yeah,
so true.
I think Joey says that. Yeah.
So if you wait till you're good, it's too late.
So the other day, Rodney Bingenheimer played you on his show.
Yes, we were so honored.
Were you guys shocked and surprised, or?
Oh my god!
I just found out today.
Yeah, we saw someone sent us today that he played Beauty Queen, which was really exciting for us because we didn't know he had heard of that one. So I think, were you the one that sent him?
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, of course you know Rodney's history, right?
Yeah, love him. King of the Sunset Strip, of course.
Yeah. So I was his first assistant, like in
what?
Like 1970. No, 1979 or something like that.
That had to be incredible.
What a great.
I didn't realize. I had no idea what it was going to turn into. I had no idea. I just kind of thought, okay, I'm just going to be this guy's assistant and clean up records and carry records around and do that for him for a few years. That's what I thought. And now it's become this legendary thing. And then now I'm a curator for him. And I get a lot of music and sent to me. And I listened to this song by the Knee Highs, and I thought, I've never heard of this band. And I listened to it and I thought, oh, this is perfect. Rodney will love this. So I sent it to him, and I don't know if he's going to play them or not. I just send him the songs, and I think these are cool. you should listen to this. I write a little note. I don't even remember what note I wrote about you guys. And then I saw on Sunday night my time, that he played you, and I was really happy. I tagged you guys on Facebook, I think.
Oh, nice. Lots of check the Facebook.
So you guys, that's amazing. You made a band. Wait a minute, 19. I'm not good at math. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4 years, and then you get played on Rodney Bingenheimer's show. That is in fucking incredible.
It'll be so 4 years this December.
Yeah, so we're at
three and a half.
So you guys have major bragging rights.
I still say we're shit.
Yeah. We're always a work in progress.
I don't want to feel up here. I want to feel like anything I accomplish is amazing, because I'm like, I'm just living my dream. Don't look at me.
So I'm gonna send him a different song. I don't know if
my phone in.
Send him another. I don't remember the names of the songs. Sorry, but
fine.
I'd love to know. I'd love to know what your other favorite is too. That you
scoot it over here.
Okay, wait a minute. I can tell you that. I think.
I'm plugging my phone in, so don't mind.
Sorry, the camera's gonna move.
Don't mind the jostling. Low battery.
Okay.
Back in this.
No, actually, I only have Beauty Queen.
Wow.
Is that the song he played?
Yeah, that's the most recent one he played. That's our newest song.
So you guys should send me your other songs. Rodney is really picky, and he's like, I want to be the person who world premieres all these songs. So only send me female vocals and send me songs that I world premiere. Okay, Rodney, fine. I'll do my best.
Yeah.
It's our first radio play for that.
We were super grateful. Yeah, that's our first radio play for that. And then Rodney was also our very first radio play ever for the second single we released, Action. He played last summer?
I didn't know.
Yeah, last summer, I think. No, the summer before that.
2 years ago, I think.
Right?
Yeah, not this summer. It would have been 2021.
Time.
So you guys were a band for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
You didn't even really play instruments 2 years ago, and I mean 2 years, and then you get played on Rodney Bingenheimer's show. That's just incredible, legendary.
It was wild.
Yeah, we've been pleasantly shocked.
One of those like pinch me moments for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And we were able to tune in the day it played and had a bunch of friends over, so we like had a dance party while it played for the first time. It was
really
a special moment. Yeah,
that's so cool.
It was so fun. It was one of those just pinch me moments is the perfect way to put it.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
Forget that.
They're in spirit.
I was there in spirit.
We've already been talking for like 22 minutes, so I want to end part 1, and then I want to come back and talk to you about Action. I want to talk to you about your new album.
Yeah.
And I'd like to just talk about what you guys are planning on doing for promotion. And are you recording again or whatever? So anyway, this has been the Mike Rogers Show. Today's guests were the Knee Highs. Yay! So the Knee Highs will be back tomorrow for part 2 of this interview. And these ladies are really nice sweethearts. And they're gonna be big. They're gonna be big. You mark my words. Anyway. The Mike Rogers Show, go down here, click like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here. Bye. Bye, ladies.